Hello and welcome back. We're now into the semi-final stage, and it's now the Epos fan club. Unfortunately for the rest of the British and Irish lads, but I think we've got a pretty good person to cheer for. So do you want to take us through, Kean, this next match?
Yeah, so in the first semi-final we have Epos, who we are going to be following for most of this match, versus Richie, pusztitopako, and CarlJr. So I think this is going to be an exciting game.
Yep, and Richie is one of the fastest players in time attack and in PBs coming into this. He lost to Stuffs in the last round, which is why he's now here. I don't know who you'd rather face, to be honest, in a match like this, but I think once you get to this stage, everybody's going to be a tough opponent. You can look at a match and say, "Oh, that's tough," but then if you look at the other match, you go, "Oh, that's not much better."
Yeah.
So you kind of
Like
have to perform your best.
Yeah, we're getting into the stage of this now where it's just the best of the best are left.
Yeah.
It's evident just from this match alone, and then looking at the other match, we have Mime, Binks, Stuffs, and Bren. And I believe we are starting off on, where did I write it down? On Castle. Castle is map number 1.
And it's quite lucky for us that we managed to get the two BITM people in the same match with Epos and pusztitopako, the famous Northern Irish Trackmania player. So we know who to cheer for in this match.
We'll be keeping that joke going forever, I think.
Like most of my jokes.
Yeah. Same as Birdie is Irish.
But that's not a joke. Same as Pads is Irish. Okay, let's get into it. We have a good start straight away from Epos. Kean, I'd love to hear your opinion of what you think the result will be in this.
First and second is going to be Epos and Carl, but I don't know who's going to take first or second. I think those two are going to go through. I don't know. I don't know, actually. This is a tough match to call because they're all very good players.
Classic Kean.
Listen, I'm not intentionally sitting on the fence here. I can't decide.
Just look comfy, did it? I'm going to put my neck out and say Epos is going to win. And it's not actually going to be that close.
You think he's going to run away with it?
A little bit. I think he's going to win by at least, he'll get into finalists and he'll be at least 20 points ahead, I think.
Yeah, I mean, likely.
You just said you were 50-50 a second ago.
I feel like any outcome is likely here. It could go anyway.
Oh, Richie's having a bit of a poor round. It's very close up front again. Is that a mistake by Epos? It is. It's as if he heard me.
Damn it, Yata. Caster cursing our favorite player.
Well, Carl's gone from being last in one round to looking like he's going to get first in the next. The classic. And we never know. We've seen Carl fail the PF section before, so...
Yeah. Pulling off to the left and just crashing into the wall.
What's
throwing away his first place.
Is Epos nearly past pusztitopako? We were watching from his POV and it didn't look like he did anything wrong, but he still lost 0.2 on the ending to Epos.
Well, there's no one who immediately stands out as is going to be dominating this match. just yet. I know we're still very early in the game, but
It's round 2.
yeah, I know.
We just had
That's what I'm
round 2.
saying. No one has stood out. We haven't had a winner 2 rounds in a row, so we could see anything this match, I think.
Some good speed though from Epos.
Yeah, taking a slight lead
Was
ahead
there a
of
mistake
Carl.
there? Was that from pusztitopako? It was.
Famous Northern Irish player.
Okay, we don't need to do it every time. That's good speed from Carl. That's really good speed from Carl. Do you see the both of them at the end there? Do a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, just to try to get that extra couple of speed.
Yeah. And I don't think it was necessary for either of them. I don't think it helped, but what do I know? We don't do it in Div 24, so it mustn't be helpful.
Who are you talking about now when you say we? Because I know I'm not in Div 24.
Poor Keen being roasted by production, so no one can even hear it.
Yeah, I can't even clap back because no one's gonna get it.
And I will absolutely pretend that I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, back to the match.
Epos and Carl battling it out for first here. Richie close behind him. pusztitopako looks like he's out of this round, 3.5 seconds behind. And Epos clips. Carl and Richie take the lead coming into the final ice slide. Can Richie overtake? Slightly more inside line, but looks like Carl is taking the round win.
He kept the speed slide going for longer, but he just didn't have the time left to make up for it.
Move on to map 2, which is Halfwood.
So what are the let's have a look at what the PBs are like on Halfwood. And I mean me, not you guys. So on Halfwood, it looks like world record obviously is Epos, we know this. And the others are all within 0.3 of each other. Richie's got the second best PB. And then Carl. But I think it's pretty obvious so far from what we've seen that Carl and Epos are the two that are the best at translating their faster times into rounds times. There's been more mistakes from Pushti and Richie.
It's going to be interesting to see now what lines everybody takes at the end of this map, because I know Carl and Epos are going kind of wide to the left of the wood. So I'm interested to see now what Paco and Richie go for. Richie crashes a little bit.
It wasn't the right line, was it?
No, not quite.
So let's see if we can see how, do you see that from Epos? How left he goes and how much speed it gives him on that jump. That's what I'm talking about. That's where, if you see him coming into the end of this map and being close to anyone else, that's where he gains all that speed. Good there for pusztitopako, getting as much low jump as possible. Boss is really going to need to push here. He's in last place.
0.2 behind. Carl taking a bit of a lead.
I feel like he could catch
Richie
0.2 though.
Oh, Epos is coming up out of nowhere into third. Definitely going to be pushing for second here as well. Oh, Epos, yeah.
consistent from Epos. It's still definitely a 2-tier level though, at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like it. Carl versus Epos and Richie versus Paco.
Yeah. Let's kind of hope it stays like that way as well.
Yeah.
We don't want what happened to a Crows earlier in the tournament to happen again.
No, definitely not. But nearly halfway through the map now, and everybody looks like they're all still fairly close together. I think this is kind of anyone's race, although Carl is coming up with a bit of a lead. And
I really want to see the ending from Epos here. He hasn't been close enough for it to matter at any point. He was either way in front or way behind.
close race so far. He's gaining speed. He's catching up on Carl.
Come on.
See the end now.
No.
Carl and
Unfortunate.
Paco managed to get a lot more speed there at the end.
There's only two though.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time left in this match for everybody to gain some points. Carl with a bit of a lead, 10 points ahead of Epos, but I mean, 10 points this early in the game doesn't really make that much of a difference, I feel like.
No, this is Carl's pick, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure Epos would have got first pick. But I'm pretty sure he did get first pick. And Carl would have got second. So this is Carl's pick. Which is interesting. He's picking the map where Epos has a world record, but clearly he knows something because it's worked very well. Oh, mistake there from Epos. But he still
manages to get second though, but that means he's another 4 points behind CarlJr. Carl managing to extend his lead even further. And Richie and Paco are still pretty close, only two points separating the two of them.
Yeah, but one of them will need to make a serious push if they want to get second place. It's all well and good getting third, but it's not what you want in a situation like this. Especially as you don't actually gain third place, even if you're ahead, because they don't play for third.
Now we move on to Cadence. We haven't seen Paco on this map yet today, so I wonder what he's going to pull out of it.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Paco's pretty good at full speed.
I mean, it's Paco. He's good at everything.
They're all good at everything.
That's true. That's true.
Could you imagine that they were good? Like they were good at everything apart from maybe ice. Then an ice block comes, and they just slide off every single time. They're like, I just don't understand how this works.
I mean, we saw that with Gwen earlier on on Sublimation with the 360.
No, but Gwen would just forget how Trackmania works occasionally. Yeah, it wasn't a specific part. Yeah, I think Pushti's pretty good at full speed.
It looks like it.
Whoa, what did Richie do?
Richie coming out with insane speed there out of that outside dirt.
Did he press the boosters? That's cheating.
Secret red booster there on that turn. And Richie comes out.
Are we going to see a Gwen outside?
Oh, that looked like Paco taking a big crash.
Yeah.
Great outside from Epos, but just not quite enough speed to overtake Carl. He does get second though as Richie clipped the wall. But yet again, Carl is just extending that lead ahead of Epos. Another 4 points added to the difference between them.
Sorry, did I say that Epos was going to win by 20? I meant Carl.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
No, I still have full faith. It might not even be possible for Epos to win by 20 anymore. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah,
theoretically possible, but it's not like, you know, it's not up to Epos anymore.
Yeah, I think for Epos to win by 20, we'd need a couple of DNFs from Carl, but that's just not going to happen.
Well, he isn't last. Different line there from Paco and Epos. Paco was wanting the outside dirt, whereas Epos was just attacking the inside line.
I've seen some different lines on that final drift
from Epos. Carl too far away. It's gonna be close. Yeah, he's too far away. That was the time for Epos to actually gain on Carl. And it's a bit disappointing that he let it slip at the end. But there's nothing separating Paco and Richie, though, is there?
No, a single point difference. I mean, that's nothing.
Oh, Paco with the speed. Look at that.
Going from fourth to first, that was crazy. And now all of a sudden everybody is just in a pack again. Less than a tenth between everybody. Richie coming out slightly ahead.
Completely different
there
line
again.
There. Gonna need a great outside dirt here to catch anybody.
Oh my god.
That's a pretty good one.
He caught Paco at least. Not quite the placement I'm sure Epos was hoping for on that round, considering how close it was.
First until the outside dirt after the full speed part. But it's pretty clear that the lines are different here in different parts of the map. It's also pretty clear that Paco's the best at the full speed section.
Yeah, you can see the tap in his wheel there as he's speed sliding.
It's actually funny. It seems like whoever we're watching is the best at the full speed section. We've given them a buff, I think. Because we were watching Epos that time and he just rocketed past.
What's the opposite of a caster curse?
Mistake there from Paco. Caster buff. It's really hard to know which of those two approaches is faster there. Because Epos is obviously slower, but he's got a lot less distance to cover.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people go for both lines there. I think to probably end up being equal. Like going outside dirt.
Lose second place.
Oh, he did. Sniped. It was a good comeback from Carl, though.
It is. Epos is having a lot of trouble with the outside dirt at the end for some reason. I don't know what it is. But you know, Epos is only 4 points ahead of Richie now. Or did I read that wrong, actually? I might have read that wrong.
A second.
I thought it was 69 to 64, but it could be 89 to 64. Which probably would make more sense.
Map 4.
No, 69. He's only 4 points ahead of second place. Ahead of third place.
Yeah, Carl has managed to extend his lead quite a bit here.
I think Richie just had an incredible set of rounds because going into that one, he was equal to Pushti, right? Now he's 13 ahead.
Yeah. Cadence probably was his pick, actually.
Yeah. Now it's liftoff, which should be Pushti's pick.
Everyone missed the quarter pipe very nicely. Paco coming out with slight lead. Just less than 0.1 ahead of Epos, but he's fine for that first place. He wants it.
does. You ready to see a
Carl
Carl
and-
masterclass passing everybody?
Yeah, Carl and Richie very much still in this race. As Richie's about to overtake Epos, and Carl just one car length behind him. Paco pulling out the first place.
What a race that was. They were all within 0.2.
Yeah, that was very close.
This jump here in particular, there's been we saw quite a lot of mistakes in the last few matches there. It's very much
Yeah.
a case of who's willing to attack it the most.
Yeah.
With all of these sort of quarter pipe jumps, anyway.
I saw a few mistakes on that jump too, jumping onto the ramp and then jumping off it. Saw some people going just a little bit too high and clipping their wheels on it, but everybody seemed to got it perfectly there. And Epos coming out first with Richie and Carl hot on his tail.
Mistake there from Richie. Well, they're both going for low jumps. Who's got more speed? Carl seems to have more speed. Epos clipped, and Carl will take the win in that round. .104. He's 23 points ahead. Epos is pulling a little bit away from Richie again. But that would have been a little bit of a scare for him, I think.
Oh, it looks like somebody clipped there a little bit, did they? Richie, yeah, 0.8 behind. Fortunately, kind of puts him out of this round, I think. As he's now almost 2 seconds behind, and Epos, CarlJr, and Paco once again are battling here at the front for first place.
And Epos is getting to experience a feeling that most of the top Trackmania players have had over the years, losing to CarlJr.
Yeah. Seems to be a common occurrence in Trackmania esports.
I have to say, he's been very impressive today in the matches we've seen him. He's been very consistent and quick, and those are really the two things you need.
Carl also could go into finalist this round if he comes first or second. That's straight into finalist for him, and it gives him a good chance of closing it out early, because everybody else seems to be a good few points behind, and it's going to take a good few more rounds for anybody else to get to finalists. So Carl is at a big advantage here, I think, because of the point lead.
Yeah, as long as Epos gets the 14 points this round, then he'll be within 20 of Carl, so I'll be fine.
Like he might do it as well, as he is.
I have a feeling he won't get the 14 points that are required, kid, actually. All right, Carl's in finalist. Will he win? Only time will tell.
Moving on to the final map now, Sublimation. What do you think, Yatta? Will CarlJr close it out on this map?
Yes. Although I also thought that Epos was going to win by 20, so I don't know why anyone would trust my opinion. I think I'll make the prediction that he will close it out this round.
This round
This
one,
round.
like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although you're asking me mid-round when he's losing, so
Well, he's already gained a couple of places now. He's up in second now. It's always hard to tell where people are, like in a situation like this. They're all so close together.
Mm-hmm. Such a good slide from Pushti. Now, will anyone mess up the 360? Yep, Carl has. And Epos has a little bit. He's gone too wide. Although he's overtaken Richie on the line. What a take.
Gives them a couple more rounds to try get some more points before Carl takes first place. Well, I mean, hopefully Epos takes first place. I'm imagining he pulls it out of the bag here and goes on a
3
comeback.
wins in a row would do it, and it's definitely not impossible for a player of Epos' caliber.
Ah, well.
I'll stop. I'll stop talking.
Paco is out of it as well. And looks like it's up to Richie now to deny this win.
Carl's got speed. Oh, this is scary for Richie. I think Carl's got this.
Oh, great 360 from both of them. I think Carl has more speed. Oh my god.
What a finish from Richie. He kept the slide going, which just about gave him enough speed. That's incredible.
Oh, he did his job there, but Paco coming in with a DNF means no points for him, and Epos and Richie are fighting here, I think, for second place.
Richie's a bit of a mistake there from him, lost a lot of speed.
Carl in front, battling it out. Epos not too far behind, trying to overtake on the ice.
No, but that's not a good line. He's lost a lot of speed there to the others.
Yeah.
Trying to extend the speed side, but it was a bit too late.
It's up to Richie now again, I feel, to deny Carl.
Yeah, I don't think he has it. I think he's too far behind.
Oh, Epos.
Wow, what are you doing, Epos?
Whoa.
And that's Carl through to the final.
GG, Carl.
Well played. Production's very upset with this development, but we'll move on.
His prediction in the mud. But we go on to the next round here as try and find out who is going to take second place. And
it really does look like the outside line's quicker at the start. You look like you come out with more speed. Epos will want to close this out as quickly as possible. He doesn't want to get to a point where there are other players around finalist.
yeah, I mean, he has to catch up with Richie now, and
not a good line. It's not a good line at all.
No. Richie running away with it now, and Paco coming in out of nowhere, overtaking Epos as well. Epos clips
as well.
And looks like Richie is going to take the 10 points.
Yep.
And we go back to map 1 of the rotation. We go back to Castle. And
this would have been Epos's pick.
yeah.
So
Although,
That is
looking at the
some good news.
times, they're all pretty close. All 57.7 for Richie, 0.7 for Epos as well, but a 0.8 for Paco.
Yeah, but I will say, in the first half of this match, Epos and Carl were dead even and like running away with it. So if we go based on what's already happened in this match, this should be good news for Epos. But you know, a match like this is a temperamental thing. You never know how people's mental are. So
Paco looks like he's dead. And now it's a race between Epos and Richie. I mean, it looks like, yeah, Epos is going to be finalist either way here. Well, as long as he doesn't DNF, but I think Paco is too far behind now for him to be able to catch up and overtake Epos. But
well, unless a small mistake from it's only 0.7 behind, a small mistake could be enough. But
this part, that part scares me. With the
yeah,
bumpy dirt. I feel like you could just go flying
risky.
at any point.
This is far too risky. He didn't need to do that. He was trying to push for first place, but first place doesn't change anything for him because Richie will be he's one round away from finalist anyway. And if Epos had made a mistake, he wouldn't have got finalist himself. So that was just that was risky for no reason.
So that's just how Epos plays. So he's going to be wanting to close it out here in this round and take the second place, move on to the final. And Epos made it to the final last month as well. And speaking to him afterwards, he was more than happy to even make it there. I don't think he expected himself to get to the grand final. So if he can do it again, I'm sure he'll be more than happy with his performance today, as it has been phenomenal.
Super close at the ending here. All comes down to this ice slide.
Epos going inside
Who's
again.
going to keep the speed slide? It's Richie. He's got more speed. He's going to overtake Epos on the line, is he? No, he's
Oh
not.
my god.
That was so close.
That was an intense ending, but
That couldn't have been
fortunately
much
Epos
closer.
pulls it out of the bag and takes the 10 points and moves on to the grand final. GG Epos.
That was an incredibly close final round there.
Too close for comfort, I think. That was too intense. Especially with Epos risking that final turn on the second last round.
The other match is still ongoing. We'll have to see. So at the moment, we know for a fact in the final it's CarlJr. and Epos, and now from the second final, which is also a very stacked one, we've got Mime, Binks, Stoofs, and Bren.
Who do you think is going to the finals out of that match, Etta?
Not Bren. I'd say Mime and Binks, maybe Stuffs, but just not Bren. I have no idea what's happening in that match, but
Well, I've just opened up Spammy stream and I have some info for you. Stuffs has won already and it's triple finalist.
oof. I've got it on my monitor as well. My other monitor now.
I can't tell. I'm watching this and I can't tell who like has the advantage here. Mime is in front, but he just kind of came out of nowhere. Binks was ahead.
I will say you haven't mentioned Bren, so I'm going to take that as a win.
Bren, yeah, he was kind of behind.
Oh,
Although,
mistake from Binks. And Mime's through.
Mime gets it in. GG to Mime. All right,
Mime dot putt.
we're in for a stacked final here. We got CarlJr, we got Stuffs, we got Mime, and most importantly, we got Epos. All right, we are going to take one final small break now before the grand final of the May Monthly Cup, and yeah, we will be back shortly to cast Epos in the final.